Hi guys, welcome back to my Golden Touch channel. So in the last sessions we have seen algorithms. Now this session we are going to talk about the data types. So this is the place where we are going to start with programming. So to start with, let's understand the different data types we have. In common, I'm going to talk about now. Believe me, different languages have different data types, but most of them will have these basic types. One is characters or string types, primarily alphanumeric. Special symbols can be present in characters and strings. Number two, integers, where we can perform arithmetic operations like addition, deletion, multiplication and all. And apart from this, we will also have something called as boolean, which is going to represent true or false. And under integer subtypes, you may have several categories like byte, short, int, long, float, double. Now the question is, how do you understand this? Our mother gets milk from the milkman every day. For that, she takes a vessel, she carries that milk, bring that to the kitchen, and then she processes that milk, make tea, coffee, sweet, curd, so many stuffs. So primarily, milk is the data and the vessel is the variable, the memory where milk is going to be placed, and the type of the vessel indicates whether it is steel vessel or plastic vessel, big vessel, small vessel, correct? So similarly, any container will be associated with a name, type and its content. That is what precisely we are also doing here. So a steel vessel is the type, and the name of the vessel can be round vessel, and the data which is going to go inside will be milk. Now look at the kitchen of your mother. She has different types of vessels. Each vessel is for different purpose. At the same time, each one will hold different values, that is content. So if you look at the programming part, in programming also we are going to have different data types. Each data type may vary with respect to the category it belongs to and also with respect to the size it belongs to. Now the biggest thing is, can we demonstrate this and understand? I can very well make use of I'm sorry guys. I can very well make use of Java language or C++ language or JavaScript or Python, any language of my choice. I would like to go with Java because that's more simple and straightforward. But you need to understand one thing. I'm not trying to teach Java here. If I try to teach Java for you, definitely it's going to be tougher now. So my objective will be to teach you the data types. So based on that, let me take you to Java editor. I'll start fresh here. Don't even worry about how do I create a Java program. No, that's not my objective. I'm going to just teach you how data types are, or the basics of data types. So it does not matter in which standard, in school or college or wherever you are. Objective is to learn data types. Okay. Now as I said, there are character data types, number data types, boolean data types. Let me start with boolean. For example, I can say boolean b equal to true. This is how we declare a variable. We initialize a variable and we declare the type of the variable. Now what is that? It has true is the data, b is the name of the variable, boolean is the type. What you need to understand is, in computer everything is represented in the form of memory. See here, I'm going to show you something in in computer. See, for example, this can be the memory area where I have my value. For example, the value which I have given there is true, and then another memory is there where b is there, and then this is having something like this. So what you need to understand is, there is a memory space allocated for that particular variable by name b. What is this b? B is variable, the name given to that particular memory location. And what type it belongs to? It belongs to the type boolean. So that determines what data this particular thing can contain. Making sense? So I say a vessel with holes. So it's a vessel with holes. I cannot put milk there. Instead I can put onions there or potato there. Have you observed in the mother's kitchen? There will be some vessels which will have small holes. So they keep onions or potatoes inside that. Can you put milk in that? So every type of vessel tells us what data to place there. And every vessel will also have a name. And the vessel will occupy some memory in the kitchen. Correct? Space in the kitchen, like what I refer it as. Now coming to the next. Char C equal to A, for example. So every language has a way to represent. So I am giving A. A is assigned to a variable name by name C of type char. Now this cannot accept true because this is not a boolean. Only boolean can accept true or false. See, I am getting an error here. Could you see this red symbol? So I cannot give that. What is that I can give? I can give a character, and the character should also be in single quotes. Syntax of Java. And the end of the line is denoted by a semicolon. Together we call this as token. Remember these words. And how do you read this? Always computer programming has to be read from right to left, like Arabic language. So you should say A is assigned to variable C of type char. A is assigned to variable C of type char. That's how it is. Getting that? Number 3, int. Int n equal to, or rather I can say age equal to 14. Now here I have given a number. So this is of number type, a variable which can hold number. And how do you define that? You define with the help of the data type int. Are you getting this, guys? So please understand, this is what we called as data types, variables, initialization, these things. Got it? So I am not going in depth on this. We will cover in the next chapters more on data types and variables. Right now this much if you have understood, more than sufficient for you. Fine. So we have learned these 3 data types now. I have also demonstrated that. Correct or not? Okay. What is that integer subtypes? Byte, short, int, long, float, double. Now if your data is small, you will go for byte. Little bigger, short. Little more bigger than short, int, long. Like that, depending on the size of the data. Like you want to represent the distance between sun and moon, the weight of earth, you can use long. Or little lesser, you can go for int. Little lesser, short. Likewise you determine, because say if you want to cook biryani for 10 people, you need a 2 kg minimum vessel, right? If you want to cook food for 2 people or 1 person, you need a smaller vessel. Similar to that. And float and double primarily represents decimals. Like you have pi value 3.14, dot is there, right? Decimal we call it as. Now such decimal values can be stored in float or double. Cool. As of now got this? Okay. Now let's move on to the next complex data type. So those are simple data types. Then you have complex data type. Complex data type is array. Now array, don't get immediately scared, sir. These are all advanced topics. No ma. These are very simple topics. See, go to your mother's kitchen. You will find an array. You see a masala dabba, right? Go ask your mother. She will show you a masala dabba. Now masala dabba will be one single fine box in which you will have 4-5 boxes. Now that's precisely we call it as an array, a complex type. Now you ask your mother, why this box alone is different, whereas your chili box, your dhania box, your haldi box is separate. Now your mother will tell you the explanation for this. She will say, when they want to do some fry, they will need these items immediately picked up. So if they are in a single box, it is easy to pick up immediately. So sometimes we need to store data in a single place, in a single box with proper bisections, which makes our job more easier to handle. Such kind of requirements are also there. So that kind of data type is what we called as an array. See, an array will look like this boxes. Could you see this? So each box will be identified by an index. 0th box means first box. Always an index of an array starts with 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, similar to that, and inside which you will have some values. See, could you see this? And the whole is called as an array, and array can also be having a length. We can find out the length of an array. So length, basically array is a single, a box where you will have sub boxes. Arrays are of two types. Array can be a single row array, or array can also be a two-dimensional array, or even we can have multi-dimensional like cube and all. See, this is a two-dimensional array where you will have rows and columns, and each row is having an address, column also has an address. Both row and column starts with the index 0. Getting that? Both row and column starts with the index 0, and every row and a column intersection point is called as a cell, and cell also has a address. Like for example, this is 0th row and this is 0th column, so the address of this is 00. 0th row first column 01, 0th row second column 02. This way you can quickly point to a particular location in a two-dimensional array. Guys, this is also called as matrix or set in mathematics. So please understand, very important, we do have such things in our day-to-day life. We have, go to a kirana shop, go to a fancy store, he will have boxes in rows and columns. So it makes it easy for him to identify where one object is kept. Your almirah is a two-dimensional array. So many places you can see two-dimensional array. Storage of data, retrieval of data will be easier for you. So just wanted to show you a quick demonstration of this. Now if I want to declare an array, it will be like this: int 1D, one dimensional array I am saying, equal to, so like this. So all I am saying is single row of data. So that square bracket indicates that's an array. Here we are not specifying the square brackets, right? Here we are giving a square bracket, means it's an array. Now similarly, you can also have a two-dimensional array. See this, like this. Two-dimensional array can be like this. Something like this, comma, and then I can have, the values can be anything. It's my call. See, here I am creating a 3 by 3 array. 3 by 4 array, sorry. See, here I have declared a 3 by 4 array. Now this is a two-dimensional array where you have 3 rows, 4 columns. 3 rows, 4 columns. Now this is called as a two-dimensional array. Now making sense, guys? So I am not trying to go big. Primarily I am trying to just explain you what is a data type, how data is represented. Data can be represented as a character or a string or a float or a double or a long or a byte or a short or a int or a string or a boolean. And similarly again, every data can also be single, or it can be in the form of an array. Arrays can be of two types: single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array. Got that? Am I making sense, guys? Okay. Now the biggest one big concept of array is a fixed size. Array size is fixed. Whereas you also have something called as record, another data type with multiple fields. Now such record is not going to have a fixed type. There are a lot of examples for this. Structures are there, tuples are there, like in your report card, for example, you have report card, right? Exam, after exam they give you a report card, right? That's a basically a structure. Even a word document where you have tables, that is also a structure. A invoice, I mean, which you get in a shop, a bill which you get in a shop, that is also a record, a structure. So record is another data type which you have seen very often. When you buy something, they give you a bill. When you write an exam, they give you a report card. When you go anywhere, wherever you have data, most of the data is represented in the form of a structured document. Now that is also what we called as a, I mean, data type, and this data type is called as record. So how many data types we have seen? Simple types, complex types. Complex types we saw arrays, we saw record. Primary difference I would like to put across between record and the arrays: array size is fixed, whereas record is unlimited. The size is unlimited, it can keep on growing. Remember this always, this might be a question. So it is unlimited, size is not fixed, whereas array size is fixed. Now what are the different types of records we have? Invoice, bill, progress card, cricket scorecard. Fine, all are classic example for records. Got it, guys? Mostly records will have key value pairs: item number 100, item name, fine, carom board, something like this. So every record will have a key value pair. These are characteristics of a record. Got it? I'm touching on the basics. We'll talk about them in detail in the days to come. Okay. The next very important thing is operators. Now please understand, guys, there are three major operators: arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators. Now we are going to have this study in depth. Why? Because most of the questions which are coming in the qualifier exams are going around this. So we will stop now in this video. Now that we have understood data types, in the next video we are going to go in depth on these operators. We will try to understand these operators thoroughly so that we can answer any type of question which comes on the basis of these operators. So till then, thank you very much, guys. Keep following the videos. Thank you.